Are you satisfied with the vaccine rollout so far?
I'm not, but I don't think that has a great deal to do with what Mr. Trudeau has done. I think that depends on the EU. They seem to be harboring their vaccines for the European Union. Whether or not they're going to come across with what we have ordered in a timely fashion, I don't know if that'll happen. But at the moment, my displeasure is with Pfizer in Belgium, not with the Canadian government. And there's not much that Mr. Trudeau can do to expedite that either. He can't make threats. These are things that we have to depend on the goodness of others to make sure that we do get the place in line that we deserve. And if that's not done, it's a difficult thing to fight for.
No. And again, I get everything from what I see on the news and through social media. Look at, I think it's Iran. Last week they had 48% of their citizen, the population vaccinated already. And we hear about, other countries where their rollout has been, a lot better than ours. I heard on the radio the other day that it took Trudeau something like 3 days to even call on the vaccine rollout for Canada. And there was 100%, what was it, hun? There was we weren't getting our vaccinations. And we're hearing about all these other countries getting theirs. It just leaves me frustrated as to why.
Well, more of the people that are still paying taxes, for one. If we have them vaccinated and then we have them back to work and get the economy rolling again. I mean, we're just out on a public little stroll here today and half the businesses are closed. And then a lot of other, like the hospitality businesses are just almost non-existent. So yes, there's room for improvement on a lot of different levels.
Well, I guess the numbers are what? We're at Canada's as vaccine 2.5% of the population, and it's 25th in the world?
We are slipping every day. Yeah. And as the vaccines, I know we have our timeline. I don't think we will reach our timeline by end of September because the vaccines, everybody wants to have the vaccines right now. And there's going to be a slowdown, and I don't know. I think we're going to be in this for a long haul.
I'm just happy that it's here. I'm happy that some people are starting to get it. I would sure love to see it amped up. If there's anything that our tax dollars could be spent, we could spend more tax dollars on, would be just fast tracking it.
I think so, yeah. They've done a conservative approach. They've kept some behind. I think with low case numbers, we can afford to wait a bit, do more conservative rollout, I guess.
I would say I probably have to agree. I guess we haven't heard, I personally have not heard too much about the rollout in Nova Scotia, but as someone who's in the 25 to 35 age bracket, I feel pretty confident that I'm in a safe position being in Halifax and Nova Scotia right now, that I'm not too concerned about the fact that it's going to be a very long time for me personally to get it. And I am okay that they've kind of held back on the doses for our province to be able to give them to provinces that need them more.
No, I'm not satisfied with the rollout so far. I think it's been very slow, and I think it's hasn't been distributed to especially the older people in time.
I wonder what is happening with the government, why they are delaying the whole thing. Americans have gone much ahead of us. And that makes me quite annoyed because we should be getting ready. And I, being a health worker, even the health workers have not been covered. And now we hear from the Americans that they are giving it to the general public. So they are far ahead of us. So that annoys me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I think it's going all right. And I mean, the fact that they have priority lists and everything, I think that's great that the people who need it are getting it first and then going on from there.
I wouldn't say satisfied is a good answer. I'm a nurse. I don't work in critical care, and there's no idea of when I'm actually going to get the vaccine. We don't have a plan. We don't have a timetable right now. I work in rare disease, so a lot of my patients have severely impacted immune systems. I think as a nurse we should probably be we should at least know when we're getting the vaccine, and we don't have an idea of what that is yet. Now, mind you, I work in the private sector of rare disease, so we're not like in Capital Health, but again, I think we should have an idea. So no, satisfied is not an answer, I would say.
The vaccines, if anything, that's our first defense. So if that could be rolled out a little faster than it seems to be at the moment, that would definitely be better for the country as a whole.
I would probably say it's quite slow. See, I'm from the UK, so from where they're doing it in a much bigger kind of way. So they're getting it out like millions like a week, I think it's quite slow around the rest of the world though. They could speed it up a little bit, but overall it's okay. My granny's got it and she says it's quite good. So
it started off really well, the rollout of the vaccine, and now things have sort of slowed down, and it's a little worrisome for people like us where we might not get it as being the last people to get the vaccine, probably just based off our demographic. Maybe be another year till then.
Yeah, I agree with that. My mom works in healthcare, and I know that they've had a shortage with that, so she's still on the waiting list to get it, but hopefully soon.